So how about making geometry in IlluGen? Well, good question. So let's start again with a new project. Don't save this one. And then, well, I'm gonna leave the renderer tab here, for this one. So right click and then Geo, and as you're gonna notice, the Geo stuff is color coded to a light green. So one of the nodes, if not the node you're gonna use all the time, is the Geo shape node. So double click on this one, and then you see like there's no changes. Well, that's because like the default shape is a flat plane. Well, flat plane. The plane is flat anyway. So let's say you want a sphere. Uh, let's say you want to make a shell, but you don't necessarily need to have like the full sphere, for example. So first, let's increase the radius at 150, maybe 250. Increase the amount of subdivision, let's say 32 in radius, and then 32 as well in subdivision. So you want a hemisphere. So lucky for us, we already have an option for that. You can just toggle this one, and then you're gonna notice, well, there's a cap. Say it to wireframe, but you don't want the cap. Well, again, lucky for us, we got the add cap. That's what's nice about having software made by VFX artists for VFX artists. They know exactly what we're gonna use. So thank you guys for that, VFX. So there you have it. You have a semi-sphere, and then again, leveraging the power of presets, you can just add one, and then you have like a hemisphere, and now it's available. You have a prism. This one I made myself as well. You have hemisphere, well, the one we just made, hemisphere node cap. Well, that's pretty much the same thing, just that I made one example earlier on. Dollars. There you go. So that's just the very basics of it. So let's say you want to add deformation to this. Well, you can do a displace. Go. And then displacement by using a noise texture. Let's just maybe use a fractal of this one. Click on this one, and then there you have it. You have geo deformation, and then you can scale it like so. Change the seed. Again, change the shape type, cone, regular star, inner fillings. Again, imagination is the limit. But the one thing that is also common to the geo from the 2D workflow I showed you earlier in another video, well, you can animate a lot of those parameters over there. You can, I don't know, let's just go to the details, and let's add a panning movement to the position. Let's track it out. Use a modulator, a cycle, press play, space to play. Let's just say I just want one on the y-axis, so let's set this one to none, and then tell him to chill a little bit because it's way too fast. 0.1. Well, I'm stupid because I'm modifying the x-axis, and we want to modify the y one. Right. To none, and there you go. Modify the scale. So and then that's it. Another node you're gonna use a lot is gonna be the geo merge node, because you can combine different meshes together. This one, let's add let's just do another geo shape node, and this one is gonna be a sphere. Sphere. Oh, maybe I'm gonna take another one. No, let's take a sphere, and then remove the geo displace. Maybe no. Merge, geo merge. Plug this one in, and then there you have it. So for the geo shape, let's imagine I have like some kind of like energy torus over there, like so. Remove the animation, but noise, and then again animate this position, go, and later cycle, y-axis, this one not on the x, not on the z, because it's a texture, play, let's go. And this one, let's say some kind of crystal, so you can decrease the amount of subdivision. So now you have some kind of prism, and then you want to move this one out. You can change the position like so, but usually for this kind of stuff I prefer to use a transform node. So so that way I make my modification for the transform there, so that I have minimal disruption into the basic node. And then let's say you want it to spin, for example, up and down, and then on the side, and then rotate on the side. So what do we do with that? Well, again, geo transform, and then you look for the position, for example, and then you use the modulator. And since you want an up and down motion, so you're gonna use a mod oscillator. Wow. So it looks funny because by default it's animating all the axes at the same time. So let's just set the x and the y axis to none. Now you have an up and down motion. And then you don't necessarily want to have it to go so up and so below. So just set the range to, I don't know, set to -50 to 50. Nice. And then, well, I don't like it like this, so maybe set the range to 50 to maybe 100. Right? Now let's just slow it down by, well, not this one. It's gonna be the Z. I'm just gonna set these to 0 so that I can clearly see that it's not the one. These ones I'm gonna use. I would like if you set those parameters to none, this should be grayed out as well, so that you're not confused. So set it to 0.5 motion, and now you want it to spin. So let's just add a rotation override modulator and mod cycle, because I want a constant motion. So it's gonna be on the x-axis. So this one, and then set this one to 0. Well, maybe I'm gonna take the y-axis instead. So normal, none. Yeah. Nah, I think I'm gonna keep the z-axis after all. I think it looks better. None, normal, and then set it to 0.5, and well, there you go. Play with the torus radius, height. Well, set it like this to 100. What else can we modify? The scale, maybe. Well, no need for this. Looks like a donut. So height is gonna be like this. And then for pre-visualization, you can plug your geometry into the render node. Now you have access to a lot of parameters, like to, for example, you want to make this glow, so add a value into the emissive. So it's gonna be a just a uniform color, color uniform, and set this one like a crystal greenish crystal, right? So, there you go. And then set the emissive, increase the emissive like so. There you go. Pretty good, eh? So what else can you do about it? You can also disable this if you want to have a blank background, like all black uniform color. You can set the background color to, let's say, all black. So this one is very confusing at first, because for a long time I wasn't seeing the I could actually modify it directly because it's gray on gray. So I'm like, alright. So there you have it. But that's just for pre-visualization. So now you have your geo node, and now let's say you want to export it, so you're gonna use an export model, and then, well, that's pretty much it. And then depending on what you're doing, especially for gameplay, you're gonna want your mesh unit to be set to centimeters for Unreal, because Unreal deals in centimeters. But yeah, it's all gonna depend on your own situation. So what else can I show you about the geo stuff? Well, just go back there. You have geometry, geospace warp, copy to point. Well, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for the introductory video for the 3D stuff in IlluGen. Have fun.